slashers and scream queens, and welcome back to the Horror Daddies Podcast.
A podcast where we talk about horror movies.
And the daddies in them.
And Carlos, you're right here ready to audition to my latest film.
Okay.
It's about a twink turning into a werebear.
Oh.
And he's fighting crime and trying to find love at the same time.
Okay. So is there like a 10-year movie?
Yeah, so
okay.
it's gonna be a quadrilogy.
Oh, okay.
There's gonna be 4 films. It's a prequel, sequel.
So it starts in my 18s and it goes all the way up.
When you first find out that you got bit by a ravaged bear for your first time. That's how you lose your virginity.
Okay.
Okay. So are you ready for that role?
Yeah, who's the bear? Can I pick?
What are your choices?
Actually, I don't know.
I'm like trying to think of bears. Smokey the bear?
That can work.
That could work? All right, sweet. But besides that, what movie did we watch today?
Today we watched 2024's Final X movie, MaXXXine. Call that Triple X.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not Vin Diesel.
No. Not that one. No. MaXXXine.
Yeah. But before we jump into whatever the hell
happened.
Yeah. Let's get life out of the way.
Okay.
Any demons you fought?
Oh, yes. Especially, let's keep it in topic with MaXXXine. Y'all motherfuckers out there on Twitter, the movie fucking comes out, and it's just all over Twitter now. Mm-hmm. It's fucking crazy. Because it happens, we've been watching Acolyte.
Okay.
And it's literally like Thursday morning already filled. You can't. It's like a chaos. You can't.
That's why you have to like mute stuff like that.
Yeah, I stop liking stuff. If I see anything MaXXXine, I just been like reporting it. That's me.
That's
like
me
porn.
with that's me with WWE like pay-per-views.
Yeah.
That I don't get. That I have to like can't watch right away.
It's fucking wild. Like, and then the fucked up part, like, okay, fine. If you're like an asshole on Twitter that does that, fine, and just be that asshole, I guess. But the fact that they defend themselves, they're like, what? You can't be off Twitter for a day? It's like,
shut the fuck up, bitch.
Thank you, Snoop Dogg. Like, don't gaslight me into being like, oh, it's your fault for you. Bitch, you're watching the movie like this. Oh my God, I can't believe MaXXXine died at the end. Like, it's like, what the fuck is happening? I don't understand this.
That's not a spoiler, by the way.
It's not at all. But it's fucking wild that, and then they try to justify that it's your fucking fault for doing it. I don't understand.
I feel like with that, it's like, just say that you saw it. Say if you liked it or not. Don't spoil anything. And your spoiler should be where your review goes in. Get a letterbox.
Yeah, and then there's a button that says boom, spoilers, done.
Yep, and then share it to Twitter, and whoever wants to click on that, let them click on it.
And I love that they're like, well, I put spoilers really big on top, but then like 95% of it is a photo of someone decapitated.
Right.
I'm like,
then don't put photos.
You can blur it too.
Oh yeah, you
There's
could. Oh yeah, I forgot
take.
about the sensitivity thing. And you could put like period space, period return, period return, period return, period return.
Yeah.
So it disappears, and then you gotta click see more. Yeah, I know. I know how to get around it.
Yeah, like I'm like, okay, dude, let's do that. But they just nowadays it's just they use spoiler whatever the day it comes out.
I know.
Like, I'm sorry you guys just don't do anything with your lives and maybe at daddy and mommy and daddy's house all fucking day. But we got shit to do. It's you don't just go the fucking first day.
Not everyone can go the first day.
It's fucking. The whole week I was just upset because it happened with Acolyte and it happened with fucking MaXXXine.
But it happens with certain movies. Like certain movies, people like know how to respect the spoiler thing,
which is weird.
Yeah, like Scream, no one does it.
No, because it's like you want to go and be surprised. That's the whole
Unless
thing about
someone's
the
an
movie.
asshole, like a real
Let's just do that.
No.
Let's do that with like fake spoilers. So we'll just make something up and post it. Like, I can't believe this happened.
I can't believe Sydney was the killer.
Oh no, Stu Macher's back.
Well, I'm still holding on that. Anyways, but yeah.
But that's basically the demons I fought as well.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It'd be like that.
Fought a couple.
Yeah, I luckily managed to get around it for MaXXXine a little bit, but it was pretty. I was fucking dodging bullets.
I didn't get anything spoiled. The one thing that I came across was the head at the end. So I
saw that too.
I had no context to it.
But I think Mia got posted that.
Oh.
Or I think because it was like a behind the scenes thing. And I was like, why the fuck did they show that?
I remember
like the
someone
photo
saying,
of her holding it.
And someone was like, "Oh, this isn't a spoiler. Don't worry about it."
It's like
okay.
it's
kind of is, but
I mean, it's not like a surprise ending. Either.
I just thought it was like her death, and someone was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, any demons you fought?
I fought so many yesterday. One day.
Damn.
So,
what the fuck?
Okay, so yesterday I decided that I wanted to paint the room you moved out of, and because I'm, moving stuff into that room.
You're like, this has been tainted, covering up any trace of you.
The heterosexuals had sex in here. No, but
that shit looked like a Jackson Pollock painting. If you put a black light on it.
But I painted it, the color I painted it, and then I was like, I had 3 other colors. It's Jurassic Park theme, so I was trying to do this color thing with it, like the Explorer, with the red, yellow, and green. So I didn't know what else to do. My fiance was like, "Oh, we should just splatter paint,
that'd be cute."
Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, that sounds kind of cool. Let's do it."
Kind of fun.
So he does it, and then it's not that he did a bad job because he did splatter it, but then I looked at it and I was like, "I'm not feeling it."
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling it. So I smeared the paint so it would dry faster because, it's gloppy.
Yeah.
And then I was like, we're going to have to paint over this because I hate it now.
And what color was it?
It was green. So
a dark color?
Trying to cover the yellow. And then I ran out of yellow. So that's why it looks the way it looks now. So I have to go buy more yellow.
Yeah, if you see it's very yellow, but then it's like you see like traces of green in the like undertones.
So I'll figure something else to do with the green and the red. But there's that. Then we went to the theater. I wrote down everything.
Oh shit.
We went to the theater. The lady scans my ticket.
Oh Lord.
And she says, "Were you here already?" And I was like, "No."
Oh Lord, this is not going well.
And then I look at my ticket and she's like, "Oh, this is for Sunday at 10:30 p.m. like tonight." And I was like, I did the Jennifer Lawrence. I was like, "What do you mean?"
What do you mean? What do you mean?
And I looked at my ticket and I was like, "Oh fuck, I bought them for Sunday. I bought them for Sunday."
Oh shit.
So then I panicked because I was like, "What am I?
Like late
what
tonight,
am I
right?"
doing?" Yeah. So she was like, "Oh, you can just go to the desk and if there's a time of spot now and seats available, you can just switch them."
Oh, that's nice.
So I did.
There was, luckily.
Thank God it was the same seats same time. They were still left over.
That's nice.
On a Saturday.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So we switched them and we got to see MaXXXine locally.
That's crazy.
I panicked so hard because I know today would not been the day.
No.
And if I had to watch it today because they couldn't switch my tickets, we would not be sitting here right now.
Nope.
And I would probably have to go alone. Or I'll make you go again with me.
That's true. I was like, fuck it, I'll watch it again.
But yeah, I did that, and the theater was good. It was pretty packed. Everyone was kind of respectful. They weren't like.
That's good.
There was one annoying person.
Oh really?
That had a whoopee cushion, and it kept going off until somebody told him to shut the fuck up. Which thank you,
Good.
to whoever that
Fucking
was.
good on them. What the fuck? Stay home.
But other than that, everyone reacted when needed to and stuff.
Okay.
I was really tired, so there were moments I was dozing off during this movie.
I mean, you had a long day.
And I did really had a long day. So if I missed anything,
that's okay. I mean,
but I really want to rewatch it.
Yeah, this is a movie that I feel like needs a rewatch, and obviously we're not gonna get every little detail. So if you notice that we missed something, or I literally just finished watching it and I came straight over here to record, and you watched it yesterday. So it's still a new movie. So whoever been following us for forever, then you guys know when we do first watches, there's sometimes we miss a lot of things.
Also, there was a lot of trailers in my screening, like 30 minutes worth of them. The movie was at 10:30, and I know there's trailers, so 10:30 just means like 10:45. Nah, to this theater it meant 11.
That's weird.
Which if I would have known that, I would have took my time because traffic getting there was.
Yeah, like you're like every in the Disney area, right?
Yeah. Every parking spot, lot said full. So we're like, oh shit, we're not gonna find parking. It just said full. There were spots everywhere, but I don't know why. But there was traffic getting in, and then I panicked. But we got there like we got there at 10.
There was a lot of
Even with the ticket switching, like we got in the theater at 10.
Oh, I see.
But then the movie didn't start till fucking 11 because 30 minutes worth of trailers. There's even a trailer for Disney Smart House. I mean, Afraid. Blumhouse Afraid.
AI Afraid.
Yeah, which it's Disney Smart House, but horror.
Yeah, it's those misses that they release.
Meets Megan. But yeah.
We didn't get that many trailers. We got Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm so fucking over that movie. I'm excited to watch it.
I haven't seen a lot of trailers, so I'm like super excited to watch it. I haven't seen a lot.
But I'm like, it's like everywhere. I can't escape it.
But the Alien Romulus trailer in theaters, girl.
That I didn't get to see that.
Oh, so good.
I was waiting for Long Legs because I'm so excited for Long Legs. Already getting great reviews. It's still at 100. I'm excited for that.
Also, my broken, beautiful man, Bill Skarsgård as the girl.
I see you tumbling.
Yup.
You look good. I can't lie.
I know. It gives me that hot twat. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, MaXXXine directed, written by Ty West. Mia Goth as a producer. MaXXXine is pretty much about what just happened in my phone? Okay. In 1980s Hollywood, adult film star and aspiring actress Maxine Minks finally gets her big break. But as a mysterious killer stalks and starros of Hollywood, a trail of blood threatens to reveal her sinister past.
Hollywood is a killer.
Yep.
Tagline, baby.
Tagline.
Is there more?
No,
that's all right.
That's the only one.
Yeah, so obviously it's out in theaters, so if you guys don't want spoilers, we'll be doing our first thoughts of the movie without spoilers, kind of keep it general, and then we'll go into more spoiler territory. We'll discuss it, obviously. So Carlos, what were your first thoughts?
So I walked in and I feel like I had really, really high expectations, which was my first mistake, because I feel like what happened with this movie is that I know the whole strike thing happened, so the trailer got pushed back, like super back, and people were on Twitter always like expecting it, like when are we gonna get this? When are we gonna get this?
And it felt like forever.
So when we finally got it, it was like this big deal, and I saw the trailer and it looked fucking amazing.
Beautiful.
And it has like all these things. So it's like the Psycho, and it's like what it's happening, and then the Night Stalker, which I know it's a real thing. So I was like, oh, there's a lot happening. And I see the movie, and I feel like I shouldn't have walked in with. This is what happens when I get myself too excited.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm trying not to do with Alien Romulus right now. Just in
case.
case.
You never know.
You never know. Even though Fede, I have super high hopes because of your other two movies. But I was like, kind of like, oh, is it overwhelmed or underwhelmed?
Underwhelmed.
Yeah.
Overwhelmed means that there was too much, so you felt underwhelmed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with you.
I feel like it's the weakest out of the three.
Yes. Oh, for sure. I feel like even the score is presenting that too. I was getting worried because I just went on Letterboxd for a second. I saw a lot of people that, you know, we care about we know their opinions are pretty valid, and they was giving it like a 3 or a 2. And I was like, damn, this feels really, like, I got worried. I was like, damn, is it bad? Like, what the fuck? And I saw someone on Twitter being like, well, it's not bad. And it's not a bad movie.
No. It's shot beautifully.
Yeah, beautiful score.
Love the 80s aesthetic to it.
It's so like a raw 80s. Like, feels so real. Everyone's performance is fun. Everyone's great at it. But the story feels so weird.
I don't know how to feel about the twist, I guess.
Me neither. I literally came out being like, I don't know what just happened. I feel confused and conflicted. I felt like I feel like you can watch this movie alone and then grasp concepts of her past throughout little bits of the movie.
And I guess that's easy to say when I've seen, but I will confess I haven't seen X since I saw it in theaters.
Yeah, me neither.
Because it's never streaming for free. Stars.
I have it, and I have. I don't rewatch movies. Like
I saw Pearl. I seen Pearl more times than I seen
Me
X,
too.
but I like X more, which makes no sense for me. But
you know me.
I know. So it's weird, but yeah, I knew what was happening. It just felt like okay.
Yeah, it's not what I expected at all. You know, I felt like I came into this movie being like, oh, it's gonna be a whodunit and it's gonna be very Scream, and then I realized we're watching Scream 3, and I was like, whoa,
No way.
so many things were like just like Scream 3. There was like a chase scene in the movie, and I was like, this is when Sydney's running away from Ghostface at the set. This is literally what's happening. I was so fucking confused. it just threw me off, and I felt like this movie just ends.
And then that's the family thing. Okay.
Yes, it's so weird. It's literally the connection. I was so thrown off. Like the movie also ends, and it leaves me like, this is it. This is her story. There's not like a definitive ending you could say. There could be more. They leave it kind of ambiguous, but I felt so unsatisfied with the ending. I felt like there was nothing to it, and I'm also conflicted about a detail at the end. I would have to rewatch it to make sure I'm getting every detail correct, but we'll get there.
I want to rewatch it because I feel like my brain was so tired that I also wasn't fully there for it. Even though I still like aspects of the movie. Let's just jump in now. So spoilers.
Yeah, let's just jump in.
Okay, so the dad thing. No. You know what I was expecting? I wanted her to become famous, but then start spiraling out of control and become a psycho herself. But I guess that's Pearl, and I guess he didn't want to remake Pearl. Even though Pearl doesn't become famous, she just cycles out of control. Yeah. But I thought we were gonna get a parallel of they're still the same person, but now in different times. Which
is weird because of how the movie even opens. The movie opens with a John MaXXXine doing the Pearl dance.
Yes!
She's doing and then she does the thing, and I'm like, okay, so they're throwing back to Pearl, so there's going to be a connection between them. Pearl doesn't get, okay. I thought this movie was going to involve more of the sex work thing, and she was going to try and stray away from that and try to be more a star, but Hollywood is not letting her.
Kinda is.
Kinda. We get one line, and then right afterwards, they're like, but you got this role at a horror movie. And it's like, wait a second. So, okay, so she's fine. She's doing fine.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Because they like her kind of spiraling out of control there because she's not getting what she wants.
Or more like, like something like that. Like she's trying to take away competition or something.
Yeah, even though I'm happy for her, for her at the end, I'm happy for her. Good. Sure. But I kind of wish it was more like I guess like a Jennifer's Body where like she was kind of evil, but we fucked with her. Yeah. Where she's killing these men, but she still makes it at the end. Like,
but I feel though that I will say MaXXXine is super unlikable in this film.
A little bit.
The way she treats her friends were like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, why is anyone even talking to you?
Even though I know, but I loved her.
Oh yeah. Like, I was like, the opening to this movie where she's like
energy,
because the movie opens with her like doing like a audition to a horror movie.
The way she walks in the screen, I was like,
she looked amazing. I will say she did look amazing. Yeah, talk to me. Yeah. And she does this audition, and she's like amazing actress. She turns it on. And then even the director's very impressed with her. And then she walks out, and it's like just a line full of blondes, and she's like, "Fucking go home, might as well, because I just fucking ate that shit."
Loved it,
and I was laughing.
Loved it.
That was fucking great. Loved that shit.
Which is kind of like the Pearl, but she didn't get hurt. Exactly. She's not gonna, or we find out she doesn't get her thing.
And that's what I thought we were gonna have more. Pearl. If you haven't seen it, the movie is that she wants to get out of the farm life. She wants to be a star. She wants to be famous. So she meets this guy, and they're like, "Hey, look, this thing is gonna be the future, which is porn." She doesn't want to do that, so she does it the normal way, and she doesn't get she doesn't get it. She goes crazy. She kills everybody. Mood. But so I was thinking, okay. Pearl tried doing it the right way, but there was so many disadvantages to her because she wasn't the pretty blonde all-American girl, and so that way she couldn't do it. Cut to MaXXXine. MaXXXine's the opposite of Pearl, that she'll do whatever it fucking takes. We go from MaXXXine being a brunette in the X movie to being a blonde because she knows that's what's gonna sell. She does whatever it takes, right? But I thought maybe it was gonna be like a thing where it's like, but your past is gonna come back. You're just in society. You're just a sex worker. Nobody takes you seriously, and she's gonna spiral and then like maybe take away competition. Like maybe I thought Halsey was gonna be like,
where she's killing her friends.
Yeah, like she's like, oh, you took this role with me. Boom, I killed you. Oh, she can't take that role. I'm the runner-up. I'm the one next, and she'll do literally whatever.
And I think that's what I was expecting.
Me too.
And I didn't get it. No. I thought the Night Stalker also was gonna be more into play, but it's just like a
misdirection. It's literally a misdirection. Yeah, because that we find out at the end of the movie doesn't matter.
No,
which I'm also confused about that. we find out there's a Night Stalker apparently, which is obviously a serial killer that happened in '85.
Yeah, he's real.
And when I came in, I thought, oh, they're doing like a weird like fictional, a real character, but a real person, but a fictional story. So they're gonna do like their own take.
Change his story up maybe, and
yeah, because I get it. He was a horrible person. He did horrible things, and so they didn't want to popularize that, right? So they're doing the slasher in this quote unquote slasher in this film was gonna be that, but then at the end we've come to find out that the person that's been messing up Maxine's life is her dad. That was the pastor from X.
In the beginning of this movie, we heard this.
Yeah.
And it's like
I don't know what the fuck.
And it's like, why?
Why the fuck?
Why is he doing this for? Did I miss something of why he's fucking with her?
No, it literally just shows that there's this man dressed in all leather that's been following her around.
You know what this shit reminded me of? Halloween 5. The Man in Black, who's mysteriously throughout the movie, but we don't find out what it is until the next moon.
Exactly. So it's just, there was nothing. There was just like this person. It's dressed in all leather. We see that Maxine has like side hustles. Basically, she goes from like auditions to doing her like porn stuff, and then she goes into like a strip thing. And this person goes in and pays, and they're watching her like strip or whatever. Yeah. And he's like with the Kevin Bacon.
He's watching her at one scene,
which is very fucking weird. But it's like he's with Kevin Bacon, this slasher, and is the private investigator following Maxine.
So I was confused at first of how she was receiving these tapes of her previous, from X. But then my man was like, "Oh, it's because Kevin Bacon's the private," and I was like, oh, "Okay, that makes sense."
But my thing is that it's police, police evidence. So it's like they never meant it like. Then usually private investigators are not like tied with the cops. Like they do their own thing.
Unless he has like tie-ins with
that's what I'm assuming.
Because he seems to be popular, I guess, in his job.
Yeah, so I guess. And it's like, and there's a moment in this movie where they meet, Maxine and the private investigator meets, and they're like, hey, whoever I work with is a very powerful man. And let me just put it straight. If you fuck with him, you're never going to work ever again. In this town again.
Right.
He says that. That confused the fuck out of me, especially where the ending takes place in this like crazy ass mansion with a fucking extra ass train. I thought the pastor was like some guy, like just a pastor in like a small church.
So that could be it, but then I will argue and say he is on TV. But at the end of X and all over the radios, so maybe he's bigger than what we think.
Maybe
in the Christian world.
In the Christian world, because I felt like it was like I don't know. I grew up with like family members having that like Christian channel on, and it's like always like a small church kind of doing their own little thing, and like some random dumb channel. So that's what I thought. I didn't think anything bigger. Also, I thought he was fucking dead because I didn't think that was live. I thought it was just recordings because it always felt like it was the same thing, which I guess you can say church. That's what church is, but. I didn't expect it to be like he's this millionaire, and I just wasn't expecting that.
Okay.
So
that's where I was like, oh, maybe that's why he was on TV on X, and he's showing his daughter and how she's like this demon. Yeah, that's how X ends. Yeah, and he's on TV, so I was like, okay, so maybe he's bigger than what we're expecting.
Yeah,
it's just since it's not shown and we're only in one location in X, it just may seem like it's just around there.
Yeah,
but it could be nationwide, and which is why he has like these disciples and followers.
Yeah, I guess it's just I still don't know how I feel about it. It feels like I'm telling you, like Scream 3. I felt like I was like, oh, okay.
It's the wacky third movie.
Exactly.
Which happens. Yeah. Halloween ends.
Yeah, that's true. But it's like even the reveal felt so like cartoonish. Like my girlfriend was like laughing. Like she was like, what's happening? And
then it's like, of course we end this at the Hollywood sign.
It's like very ironic.
Yeah.
And so before we get to the main plot, like the third act of this, I will want to talk about the characters of this movie. Okay. Because we do have... I didn't even go through the cast. But we do have, like... She has, like, a best friend. So we do have Mia Goth, of course, as Maxine. Moses Sumney as Leon Green. Michelle Monaghan as Detective Marianne Williams, Bobby Cannavale as Ben Torres, Detective Ben Torres, Halsey as Tabby Martin.
I love him, by the way.
He's great.
He's hot.
I knew you'd find him hot.
Yeah.
That's the one that's gonna be in that movie, the Twink.
Oh, that's my. Oh, okay. Like, that's fine.
We got Lily Collins as Molly Bennett, Giancarlo Esposito as Teddy Knight.
A second movie this year.
Yeah, for real with Abigail.
Yeah, just like Ben Stevens. Also, he serves.
Yeah, see
that Kevin Bacon. He's like, don't fuck with the agent. I was like, yes, ma'am.
We got Kevin Bacon as John Labatt, and then we have Elizabeth Debicki as Elizabeth Bender. So,
Moses Sunmi, he's the best friend, right?
Yes,
loved him.
I loved him.
I was like, look at Mia. Mia Goth is an ally. She got a gay bestie.
Yeah, she's fucking mean to him.
She is, but she cuddles up with him and stuff. They watch movies together. That was me. That was me and your girl. Right? Whenever you were playing video games upstairs, we'd be watching movies all night.
Yeah, that's true. I'd be editing or playing games, and they're both cuddling, watching horror movies. But so I loved him. I thought he was a great character. He reminded me of Randy.
I think he's part of my community. Because there's a line that's like, you only like me because everyone else is trying to fuck you and I'm not.
Exactly.
And that's why I was like, oh, okay,
that's what I was like,
gay. Yeah.
You know, it's funny. My girlfriend, she's sensitive to sound, so she has these like earbuds that you put in, and then you can still hear things, but it's like it muffles it a little bit. And I couldn't talk to her because I would have to speak a little loud, and I just went. I just hit her with that.
The wrist, the flick of the wrist. Yeah.
But I loved him, but we didn't get enough from him.
No.
I felt like once we were getting close to him, he died.
And I feel like he died for just trying to find out where what company this tape was from.
For no fucking reason.
Yeah.
I felt like there was a pattern with the serial killings, and then like he just dies just because. And I was like, no, I wanted him to be a lot long. I felt like nobody in this movie except the director
or
of the film.
Or trying to help her at the end or something.
Yeah. No, like I felt like the director of the film and her agent are the only ones that like we get something with them. But even the agent, we only have like 3 scenes with him, and then the director's the one that has the most scenes, I would say, with everyone that speaks in Pinterest boards. Did you notice that she was just speaking in quotes the entire time? She goes like, you know, she puts the blood on her actress's mouth, and she's like, "We got blood in our hands." And I'm like, okay, bitch. And then she's like, "Maxine, would you do what it takes to do whatever?
Yeah.
To be in this film?" And I'm like, girl, can you stop it?
She's a director.
Yeah, she's so high art. And I felt so lost, and it felt like a parody.
Okay. But what I want to talk about is the one scene.
Oh, no, I don't want to, bro. No.
That got the whole theater going.
Bro, I turned around. Okay, let's explain it because it's
so Maxine's walking home and she takes an alley, but then the alley has a gate and they lock the gate, I guess, so she can't get out. But we see that there's a man stalking her, and I guess they're trying to trick us and be like, oh, maybe this is the Night Stalker, and this is where the movie kind of begins, and then
because she just left the conversation being like, "Ooh, the Night Stalker's out. Let's go home."
So she's kind of playing the victim with him until she just pulls out the gun. And we saw the gun earlier. We know she carries it. And she makes him strip.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Get on your fucking knees.
She makes him get on she makes him suck the I almost said the dick. The gun.
he just
honestly though,
he did the whack to it.
Kind of hot.
Yeah, I was like, okay,
I'm kind of into it.
Yeah, I was like,
but don't do a real gun. I don't play that.
With the finger on the trigger too.
Yeah,
that was scary.
Yeah, and he does a good job. And then she makes him lay on the ground.
Yep.
And she said she said something along the lines of the last person that fucked with me got their head run over or squished. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna do it.
She's gonna do it.
She does it on the balls.
The balls are hanging out, and she steps on it, and you see the fucking inside just squirt into the camera.
Explodes. And everybody, my whole theater react. It was a really loud reaction too. And and then after everybody, I was like, good for her. And the girl next to me just looked at me. I don't know what her face was, but I saw her looking at me. Yes, girl, I'm on your team.
I was there was a guy sitting to my left, and we both just make eye contact, and we're holding our balls. Like, it was so funny, bro.
That's the one thing that stood out to me in this
That
film.
one
Yeah.
was definitely the craziest scene in this entire movie. It was out of nowhere. I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
Oh God. But we should talk about that. This was Halsey's scene. This was right after Halsey's scene.
Where she gets murdered, or they find the body.
when we first meet her, the only scene that she's in this movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because I guess she's a stripper, I think.
Yeah, they're dancers or something.
Or something.
Well, she works with her in the window.
In the window.
Yeah.
And she comes out and they're talking about this Night Stalker. Halsey, I think this is her acting debut.
Mm-hmm.
And I was genuinely surprised. Her accent felt so real. It never felt like cartoonish to me. And because usually that happens with accents. But I was loving it.
She's so fucking beautiful.
And she is. That haircut too. Girl, that shit fit.
So I kind of knew she was in danger or potentially, because she mentioned she's going somewhere, and the friend before, the sex worker friend that's doing films with her, also mentioned kind of the same things. So I was like, oh, they're going to a party. They're going to the same place. And then later Maxine gets an address, and I felt like
600 Starlight.
Yeah, and I felt like it was the same place where Halsey went to.
Yeah.
And then it's revealed that they're both there, and they're both getting pretty much recorded and murdered.
Yeah.
Which felt very Poughkeepsie tapes, I guess, in a way. Yeah. Like the smut film, or what do they call it?
It's a snuff.
A snuff film.
Yeah, not smut.
Sorry.
Yeah, it did feel like that. And my thing was that, I don't know if you noticed, but Maxine doesn't say anything this entire scene until the very end. She says, I can defend myself. Mm-hmm. That's it. I felt like throughout this whole movie, everyone was talking to her, but she wasn't saying anything to them. And I felt really weirded out about that.
She's like in her own world.
But
like all she cares about is trying to make it. Like, she doesn't even want to have fun. She needs to just work to make it.
I guess I just felt so weird because she only interacts with her bestie and the agent, and then the detective or the private investigator.
She feels like that coworker that, like, people like her, but she just doesn't talk to anybody.
Yeah,
she's just in her own
so yeah,
world.
that's just her.
She's just working.
It's that TikTok where it's like, he's cool, he's quiet and all, funny as hell, but he just lives in his own world. But I don't know, I felt so weird because throughout this movie I was questioning, like, how did X affect her? We never really get an answer. Like, we get random scenes of, like, when she's getting like a prosthetic like a casting of her face done.
Yeah, she freaks out because she
freaks
can't
out.
see.
And I know that's like a fear that people always talk about when you're claustrophobic, and we see that Pearl's apparently there, and she's like getting touched by Pearl. So I guess we got like that one small moment, that. But like,
she carries a gun now,
I guess.
Yeah.
But and then throughout this whole movie, how does she change? Like, I feel like she kind of stayed the same character, and then at the end she's like, I'm a superstar.
She's still doing coke.
Yeah.
But did you notice where she gets her coke from the first time?
It's like a swan,
it's
right?
Like a goose.
Yeah.
Where Pearl killed in the movie.
Yeah. She hold it too by the neck. But it's like, I felt like there was like a lot of nothing happening. Like, I felt like there was the plot wasn't moving forward.
Yeah.
The characters, I feel like her best friend, we have 1, 2, 3 scenes with him. When we get introduced, 4. When we get introduced to him because he owns a video tape store.
Yeah.
He talks about like all these famous horror actresses. And then
they're watching the movie that she's gonna be in the sequel for.
And then he leaves, and that's when we find out that the detective's like kind of following Maxine. And then
she gives him the tape to see where it comes. Which, when she did that, I was like, girl, it's a videotape. Like, the fingerprints maybe, but that's it.
Yeah, the whole time I'm like, how does and then he's like, oh, I'll call around and see because this is only available in Japan or something.
Which, okay.
Fine.
But
then he dies.
Yeah.
And that's it. They have like 2-3 sentences of conversation, and then they're done. And then she's like mean to him. Like, she's like super mean to him. Even him, he's like, fucking bitch or whatever, you're welcome or whatever. And she just ignores him. And I'm like, I don't know if I like her very much. And then like her friends die, and there's like the 2 detectives that are questioning her because they're all kind of connected. She's the last person that's seen them, and she's like, I don't fucking talk to cops. And it's like, what the fuck?
Which the cops are kind of funny because they're like, you see, you trying to act that way. It's not gonna get you to, not gonna get her to talk.
Yeah, because they're like failed actors, I guess, and it is pretty funny. And that's the thing. I like them. I feel like I want to know more about them. I want to see their character more. I love the cops. I thought it was so funny that the guy cop is like a tough guy. He's like always talking in quotes like, I'll get you, girl, and like it's super cheesy. And
because he's trying to act.
And it's like it's really funny, and I really enjoyed those little moments. But I felt like we didn't get enough of that. And when these people die, I felt disconnected from it. Like the friend, I was like, oh, I wanted to know more about him.
He's the one I felt bad for. For some reason,
him, and then the private investigator. Not that I felt bad. It was more like fuck you, dude. That's it. But.
Ew, the dog's eating his leftovers. I was kind of like, that's nasty. Not my dogs.
But I will say, her agent, that's a real one.
Yeah.
Because that agent was like, bro, because she comes out to him being like, hey, this happened. Apparently, she tells her the X story. Basically, everything that happened because he's her lawyer. Right. Her entertainment lawyer. So he's like, hey, I don't care. I'll go to jail for you. Like, I'm here with you. I really care about your success. Because I see it as if she gets successful, he gets successful as well.
Right.
So what happens is that the impressive private investigator follows her to like this club thing, and we get the scene with her with the stripe on her head.
Yeah.
And then there's like a small chase scene, and then they knock his ass out. And then they put his ass in his car. Yeah, the trash compactors. Yeah, is it called?
But the car compactors, because it's a junkyard.
And then that's it. He dies that way, and he's praying right before he dies.
Because he did say he doesn't believe in God or whatever, so then he actually starts praying.
And that's basically it. And I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. Like that he helped her out, whatever. That's nice. And that's it. Like that's where we get his character is gone. That's it. We don't see. We see him like for a scene at the end, and that's about it. Like there's nothing more to it. No. And she has this movie that's being filmed that's supposed to be a sequel to a famous horror film, like low budget horror film called The Puritan. And MaXXXine's gonna be the new star.
Yeah, and which it would be. Is that a real The Puritan? No,
I don't think so.
Movie? No, okay. No, it's not. Oh wait. I'm on the wrong category. The Puritan is from 1938.
Oh.
But I don't know if that's the movie they were doing. Oh, it is a religious. Anyways, I think it'll be cool if Ty West ends up making The Puritan too.
That'd be kind of interesting.
And that stuff, and it's this world of MaXXXine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see that
because I can. That would be like the stab. It's like stab.
Yeah. And we get that's the fourth in this saga.
Yeah, and I get that. Like it was cool, but I felt like we just went to the set for the director to be like in a poetic way, say like MaXXXine. So are you really that ruthless? Because what you said, because she teased. You said whatever you said in the audition, was that real? Was that really you? And she never said anything. She shows her tits apparently, and then it cuts to her outside. So there's like things left ambiguous.
They also take her to like the Universal backlot, so we get the Psycho House,
which is pretty cool.
But she sees Pearl, and I was like,
because it says that it reflects your demons or something. Because of course she's saying all this superstitious stuff.
So she has like PTSD, obviously from X or something,
I guess. But it's like it feels like I don't know, I don't see her being affected by it. Like her character just stays the same. Like I wish we got more of how X affected her. She lost her friends, like she lost like people close to her.
Did you notice the guy wearing the Jenna Ortega shirt?
No.
Okay, so her dad is in this movie.
Jenna Ortega's dad?
The her character's dad.
Oh, okay.
It's in this movie, and he's the one. I think he's wearing like a cowboy hat, and he's holding up the sign. He's wearing a shirt with her face on it. It's supposed to be her father, and he's one of the disciples of MaXXXine's dad.
Gotcha.
So there's a connection there.
Like the protests. Gotcha. I didn't notice that. But
it's just like Jenna Ortega, like real big on his shirt.
Oh damn! Well, I guess that would make sense.
And it's supposed to be her father.
Yeah, because you see, and then that's the thing. It's like I feel like we don't get like, besides the slasher throughout the movie, nothing's coming back to her. This was an investigation. Like they're gonna find all these people murdered, and then when they watch the tape, they see MaXXXine, and then they just went, fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, how did it not trace back to her? Like, that doesn't make sense to me in a sense. And I wish it was like they're investigating her because it's like you're part of a murder, which I thought that was probably gonna be it. And she was gonna go to jail framed as like the murderer of these people.
Or she goes on a killing spree and gets away with it.
Yeah.
And still ends up being a star, which is what I thought was gonna happen, but no.
Yeah, and that's what it felt so empty. I literally just felt like there was like moments that happened that didn't lead to really anywhere. Because at the end of the movie, we see that she goes to this location.
Yeah, the mansion.
The mansion, and it's like just slowly building up, and you hear a tape of the beginning of the movie where it's MaXXXine as a young girl, and out of nowhere, this old ass motherfucker shows up. What's up?
What's up, kid?
I'm like, who the fuck is this old ass?
Yeah. And
It's her dad, full of makeup. I don't know if you noticed that man looking like a Ken doll.
Yeah. But it's like, it's not like you trying to get your daughter pregnant and have her birth the Antichrist.
No.
So what are we doing?
Yeah, like what's happening? And apparently he's trying to expose Hollywood for corrupting the youth of America.
Sure.
And her daughter was a pawn of this plan of Hollywood. And he has this cult thing that he's been.
That would make more sense, I feel like, if this was like a possession movie.
But
guess. It's not.
No, and it's like I look like he's like a crazy church guy. Fine, you can do that plot, but then they do this weird thing where he's like, "I'm making my own movie, and I'm gonna be a star, and you're gonna be my star as well, and this is your big role." And he like suffocates her and like ties her to a fucking palm tree, and there's a bunch of cultists, and they're gonna burn her, and He went around and killing all her friends because they're ruining her, and he gave them a chance to like repent, but they chose the devil's path, and he branded them with the pentagram. I was like, ooh, exactly. And I was like, oh, the pentagram, she's a star.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, there's a connection. Yeah. No, and then he's like, I did find it funny when they start filming because he's like, okay, start filming, and then he goes, today. And it felt so cheesy.
Yeah.
But it felt so weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I don't know how to feel. I want to rewatch it. I definitely do because that's what I was like, okay, Dad.
Yeah.
I'm a demon.
Yeah, like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, and then, because after this, like, it feels like a weird, sweet ending between them two in a dark way. Because the detectives have been following MaXXXine, so they get there and save her. Mm-hmm. And all the cultists have guns, and they start shooting up the place.
Yeah.
And then they're running to the Hollywood sign, and I was like, okay, cool. But then did you notice that everyone just starts dying like off screen? Like all of a sudden one of the detectives is down and with a fucking bullet hole on his chest, and he's like, I've always wanted to be up here, and then dies.
Oh yeah.
And then MaXXXine just leaves his ass like, oh, okay.
So I didn't doze off.
No,
he just died.
He's just on the floor. Dead.
It was a blur.
Yeah, and
the ending to me was a blur.
It literally was a blur. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like then she
I know
away.
The other one. She had something on her neck.
On her eye.
Oh,
she comes out like MaXXXine's like running, and then out of nowhere there's a jump scare of her with her thing in her eye. She goes, I fucking got him! I got him!
So the cultists were working. Yeah,
and then she falls down the hill like in Scream 3.
Yeah,
another connection.
I was like, oh, there she goes.
Yeah, and I was like, this feels like at the end of this, the dad, because we see her dad is on the floor shot up, and I thought we were gonna get a scene where the dad was gonna wake up and be like, she was gonna try and shoot him, and it was like empty, and he was like, "You're free. I've been filming this entire time. This was your ultimate role." And the director was gonna come out, and it was gonna be this whole elaborate plan to get her. But no,
that would have been interesting to like. Oh, she is like she's to like frame her.
Yeah, it's like she is actually this crazy, and I thought that was gonna happen, but no, it was like it just. That's it. We cut to the dad telling her like, oh, you know, you're my girl, and it cuts to her basically famous, and she managed to catch the Night Stalker, which I don't know, I have to rewatch it and make sure I get this detail correct, but I'm pretty sure they said we got custody, or what is it?
No, they caught the actual guy.
The actual guy.
Yeah, which then it's like, okay, so he wasn't the Night Stalker, he was just like a copycat in a way.
But then we got an interview of her with her agent about how she stopped the Night Stalker.
So maybe
that happened to be her dad. They like, oh, you managed to stop the Night Stalker that happened to be your dad.
Okay, so maybe the other guy was a pawn in the dad's game.
That
Maybe.
I have no fucking idea. I literally was so confused with that. That little moment confused the shit out of me. I have to rewatch it to maybe I'm misremembering something. But the whole
To me, it's like they caught the real one,
the real guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so he was that all along, and the dad was just using.
Unless in this alternative reality, he wasn't. They still caught this. He still was a killer. They caught him, but the real Night Stalker was her father.
With the father, that was like the cult leader, I guess. I guess that's maybe that's part of it. I was so confused with that fucking shit. So that really got me. And she basically got famous from that. Her movie is super successful. There's like a moment where everyone's screaming MaXXXine, and she's walking down the red carpet. And then it cuts back, and she goes, "You already gave me everything I ever wanted, Dad." And then she shoots. It's like, "I will not deserve a." She says her famous quote, and then she shoots him in the head and blows up. And that was it. I don't know what the fuck to feel about that.
I know.
That feels like there's no substance there. And then we get the monologue that she said at the beginning of the movie that the director kept teasing.
Which one?
That because when the director and her are talking, she goes, "What you said back there in the audition, was that real? Is that really who you are?" And all she said was the whole like, "I'm a fucking star. Everyone's gonna know my name. You should hire me for this movie because there's no one like me." That's basically what she said. And I was like, okay, we've heard this monologue in the last movie.
Yeah.
And that was it. Then she's doing another movie. Oh no, is she filming the Puritan?
It's the Puritan too.
Okay.
It ends with that.
So then they're filming the movie, and everyone's like, okay,
it sounds like it's
good.
gonna be super successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they all pray for, which it was a weird moment too. They all like pray for Lily Collins' character.
Oh yeah, because she also
original.
got invited up there to the mansion. She went
and she died.
And they found her the way she said she would be screaming.
Yeah, and she was like inside of a luggage.
Which was kind of funny.
Yeah, and then like they like all put their heads down, and then they're all like kind of looking at each other like, okay, are we done? And then they just go back to work. And I was like, is it like supposed to be like everyone's replaceable in Hollywood or something like that? I don't know.
Yes, in a way, yeah. It's like your job. How they say you're just a number.
Yeah.
But also, I feel like maybe this is I know it's not confirmed they're getting another movie, but maybe this could be like a bridge movie where the next movie she is way too famous, but can't handle it, so she start murdering people.
I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah, I really don't know. I
honestly just thought we were gonna get like a parallel with her and Pearl.
Yeah, and I honestly don't know. I'm so lost. I feel so weirdly.
I'm glad she got her happy ending.
I guess.
You know, she didn't accept the life she did not deserve, and she got what she wanted.
And even then, at the end, she still wasn't satisfied. She was like, "Oh, I still want it to last forever. I don't want it to," because it seems like she wants to keep that longevity.
Like greed.
Yeah. So I don't know, but that's basically how it ends. The movie ends with a still shot of her head.
Yeah.
Like, from a shot of the movie, and. It just goes up to space.
She dies in that movie.
Yeah, she dies in the movie, I guess. And then like it zooms into space, and then that's about it.
Oh yeah.
That's MaXXXine?
That was MaXXXine.
I guess. But like we do in every movie, we go and give this movie a rating and a review on Letterboxd. So Carlos, what was your rating and review?
I gave it a 3-star with a heart, and I said, "Is MaXXXine my spirit animal?"
Oh,
question mark.
You know what? I can see that. I can see that.
I'm nicer though.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, a little bit at least. Just a little bit. If you haven't woken up in the morning, if I don't talk to you for like 3 hours. If you're hungry, or already ate. There's a lot of. Yeah, there's a lot of things in between. I give this movie a 2. I said the last entry to the X saga, not quite what I expected. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Wow, I literally wrote this as soon because I'm just making shit up right now. The aesthetics are great, the visuals are great, the performances are fun, but I feel this movie feels so disconnected in a connected story, it almost feels pointless. The story comes out of left field and leaves me completely unsatisfied with the conclusion of Maxine's story. But I, in fact, cannot fix her. Maxine cannot be fixed.
Nope.
She's fucking crazy.
Yeah, she is.
But yeah, I think that's exactly how I feel. I feel like it feels like such a weirdly disconnected movie. I feel like you don't even have to watch X to watch this one and get the gist of it.
Yeah, we do get flashbacks.
Yeah.
Kind of like, hey.
It's like, oh, she has a dark past.
Don't forget.
Yeah.
She did this.
And her dad's a pastor.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Daddy of the movie? I mean,
Maxine. Yeah, I mean, Mia Goth kills it still in this role.
Oh, yeah. She's great. This is her role. She ate it up. Mm-hmm. And
she could do 1920s. She could do 1970s. And we see that she could do 1980s.
Now we're going to go back to like the fucking
50s?
The 30s. The witch trials.
You know, it'd be interesting if we do get like her little, you know, how she grew up with her dad, but she plays the mom.
Oh, that'd be interesting. I can see that. Pearl's a mom. Actually, her dad's
Which
Howard.
I found out that their last name is Douglas in this movie. I don't know if we knew that from the other movies.
Maxine?
No, Pearl and Howard.
Oh, Douglas. Oh, no, I don't think we do. I don't think so. And then Maxine is
Miller.
She's a Miller. The prequels were the Millers.
We're the Millers. Yeah.
Favorite kill, favorite death.
If the guy with the testicles died,
I think he died.
That one.
Yeah, because I'm like, there's no way we would have seen him later in the movie.
I thought he was later. There was someone in the movie later that I thought it was him.
Oh,
and I was like, whoa, he's walking?
He's okay?
Yeah.
I'd be so scared because it's like he's a street performer, so I feel like we would have seen him, and Maxine kind of does one of these.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, so maybe. But that definitely one. The Kevin Bacon was kind of cool, like practically. I thought it was pretty interesting because it's kind of like a one take that we see, and it was pretty cool.
I would say the bodies of Halsey and the friend look really good. The dead bodies. Yeah.
Even though I saw that while they were filming.
Which I love the whole, I was like, how they found it. Oh, there was a couple of gay guys cruising through the park and they found the body. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I was like, why did we have to know that detail?
Yes.
2 civilians.
Gay culture.
Yeah,
yes,
like,
you're welcome.
2 homos. That's what he said, 2 homos.
Yeah,
I was like,
cruising. Which, you know what that is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you know,
so it's like, of course.
That's when you're in a car with like your homie.
Sure. Sure, we'll stick to that.
Okay. Or just going on a jog.
Sure. Yeah, behind the bushes, whatever.
Oh.
I didn't know you were gay.
But I thought that was so funny. I was like, that was such an unnecessary detail.
I know. But, you know, 1985 is that peak era.
Time. Yeah, that's
unfortunately.
True. But that's basically it.
That's basically it.
So next week I won't be here.
No, you won't.
So I forgot I had a vacation. But do we want to roll for the episode?
We can roll. So
All right.
So I can prepare myself.
So let's do the roulette of horror. Are you ready?
Yep.
You think it's gonna land on you?
It better. 1, 2. Before.
The Pope's Exorcist. Honestly, I've been excited to that because there's a sequel to this in theaters right now. The Exorcism.
The Exorcist.
Or The Exorcist. All right, so Pope's Exorcist, is that streaming anywhere?
I think it's Netflix.
Netflix?
I believe
I don't
so.
got Netflix. We'll find a way. All right, so there you go. We'll probably do that.
A week after next week.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So not next week, the week after. And then after that, we'll probably do Long Legs.
Yeah.
Because I'm excited for Long Legs.
Me too.
Oh my God. That movie looks horrifying. It has great reviews. I'm so fucking excited for that. Let me not overhype it. Just in case.
Just in case.
Maxine's dad shows up.
He's the killer.
It's like, this motherfucker, bro. All right. Well, that's basically it, right?
Yes. And remember,
I will not accept a life I do not deserve.
please, I'm a star. See you in your dreams.
Horror Daddies.
Bye, guys.
Bye.